Neverending Nightmares is a survival horror game developed by Infinitap Games and released on Steam in September 2014. The plot of the game is you are a young man named Thomas, who, if you can't tell from the title of the game, is suffering grisly nightmares. And unlike normal people who wake up to their peaceful room, Thomas wakes up to another nightmare that is more depraved than the one he left. This game puts a strong focus on feeling helpless in a cruel world, not being able to attack or defend yourself in any way from the monstrosities in your path. Being a 2D game, all you can do is run left or right, also being able to move up and down to dodge objects in your pathway. Occasionally there is a closet to hide in, but death is inevitable, either by external or internal factors. The art style of the game is very appealing in the fact that it's so different from anything I've seen in recent years. Being in all sketchpad form reminds me of the classic books I had as a kid, scary stories to tell in the dark. Now that I'm thinking about it, the plot of the game sounds like a story that would have been featured in that same kind of book. Not only is the art fantastic, but there are hidden messages within the game that can be easily missed, such as the wallpaper in the house looking like inverted crosses everywhere, or the doctor's office eye test. Or the kid's room with the toy blocks. Now, to be fair, with all these positives, there are some negatives. The game does its job making you feel like you're in a twisted nightmare, but there are a lot of times I started getting bored because of how long I would walk and there would be nothing going on except some blood splats on the walls. Second, when you wake up to another nightmare, you explore the same levels over and over, which, if I'm not mistaken, there's 4 levels: the house, the woods, the mental institution, and the hospital. Now, I'm not entirely sure if the hospital and the mental institution are different levels, and this brings me to my next negative. A lot of the rooms are copy and pasted together. So as you're walking, you will notice that you have walked past the same table or the same tree like 3 different times. This pulled me out of the immersiveness of the game. Now for my last and biggest problem with the game. I beat it in only 110 minutes. That's under 2 hours of gameplay for the entire game. Why is it such a big deal? Because the game was $13.49, and that was with a 10% discount, normally costing $14.99. In my opinion, that is way too much money for this game. Now, to be fair, there are a total of 3 different endings you can obtain, but because of the flaws I mentioned earlier, the replay value for me isn't there. Granted, they don't make you start from the beginning of the game to get to these endings, but there is no clear way on how to get to them without looking it up online. So really, how many times would you have to replay a level to get another ending? On a scale of 1 to 10, I rank Neverending Nightmares at a 6. Now, I did enjoy the game, and I would recommend it to those who love survival horror. It does a lot right as a horror game, making you feel weak and powerless to stop whatever's after you, but also teases your brain with all the hidden messages. The controls are simple and easy to use, but for the price tag of almost 20 bucks for a less than 2 hours of gameplay for one playthrough is, in my opinion, pretty steep. This game is worth owning, but I recommend waiting for a fairly listed price. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.